Hey everybody, GP here, and I've decided it's time to do a series of videos that are focusing on meridian tapping, especially in the climate that the world is in right now. I have never in my lifetime, and I've been around a while, I have never seen such insecurity, such anxiety, such instability, such corruption, such ignorance. I mean, Buddha put it perfectly: ignorance, delusion, and greed. And it's running rampant these days, which is really just wreaking havoc on our nervous systems, on our sense of well-being. So I've decided I'm going to be doing a series of brand new EFT videos on what I call it inner reconciliation energy techniques, because it is tapping, but I have a completely different context in the way that I do it. I'm not going to go into how I do it or why during these videos, because I just want to focus on the subject at hand. And the first one I want to start with is the fear of the virus. You know, this video will be around for a while. So right now, when this video is being shot, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We all have to wear masks. We thought it was going down. It's going back up again. Some countries have dealt with it well. Some haven't dealt with it very well at all. But there's a lot of fear about this little virus that can wreak havoc on our bodies. And even if you're watching this 2 years from now and the pandemic is done, that fear of germs, fear of microbes, fear of viruses, it kind of sticks with us. The air itself seems filled with danger. And while we have to be wise and take precautions, there's an enormous amount of our unprocessed traumatic fear from early in our life and sometimes before that is projecting itself on this moment. And when that happens, it isn't just that we're afraid, right? You get to the point where you can't tell when you should be afraid and when not, and the end result is you never actually get to feel safe. And that's the real tragedy. Again, this isn't about being flippant or foolhardy. We take the precautions that are needed to take, but we can do that and then be fearless. So I want to tap on fear of viruses, fear of the little people, fear of the things that we can't see that can get us. And those of you who may be new to the way I do meridian tapping, the first round I do, it always sounds to people very negative because I don't sugarcoat it, right? If there's a part of you that's deeply afraid of something, it doesn't do any good to say, I'm not afraid, I'm whole and perfect, because it has no effect on the deeper energetic assumptions that are underlying it. So in order to free up the atmosphere so these energetic assumptions can begin to move, begin to question their own authenticity, I always start the first round, it's extremely negative. So stay with me till the end. I've had people walk out of my workshops and because they don't want to stay to the end. It doesn't end where it starts. Trust me on this. Okay, so let's go with it. If you don't know the points, there's a lot of other videos out there that can tell you. But just watch me, repeat what I say, tap where I'm tapping. It's that simple. I'll say something, you repeat it, you just tap where I'm tapping. So, even though I am really afraid of this virus, even though I'm terrified of this COVID-19 coronavirus, I'm so afraid I'm going to get it, and I'm really vulnerable, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Or at least I'm open to loving and accepting myself anyway. Maybe a little. So even though I'm terrified of getting sick, terrified that this germ is going to get me, I deeply and completely accept what I'm feeling in this moment. And I love myself anyway. So even though I'm terrified of getting this coronavirus, I feel very, very vulnerable and weak. I don't know how to protect myself, but I totally embrace everything I'm feeling. And I love and accept myself anyway. All right, I'm going to tap through the points. If you don't know where they are, just follow me. It gets pretty clear very quickly. I'm totally terrified of this virus. I know it's going to get me. I can't even walk down the street. I'm not safe. Nobody's safe from this. And I'm particularly vulnerable. I mean, I'm one of those that's the most vulnerable. I'm totally terrified of this. I don't know where it is. You can't see it, so it could be anywhere. On doorknobs, on bathrooms. It could be anywhere. I'm totally afraid of getting sick. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to be laid up or die. I'm totally afraid of these little creatures, the things that they can do to me. My God, the air is filled with danger. I want to just hide. I'm so contracted from my life. But it's real. I got to protect myself. So I got to contract. I got to be afraid of this little critter. Stop. Take a deep breath. Now I want to do a quick little check-in here. After doing that tapping, I just want you to say to yourself, I'm really afraid of this. And just notice if the energy is shifted, if it's different. You'll probably notice that you don't feel quite as afraid. Some people, very little is left. During it, you may have felt a real intensification of it. Because in fact, many of our old unprocessed, unconscious fears are projecting themselves on this moment. But either way, no matter what it might be, we want to be as fearless and as wise as is possible. And of course, we want to feel safe. That's what this is really all about. So I'm going to do another round now, and we're just going to open ourselves up a little bit more. And you'll notice that I never argue with your nervous system. I never argue with these unconscious beliefs. I'm always taking their side, but I'm pointing them in a different direction. Your nervous system has to keep you safe, but it can be trained to do it differently than it has been. So, karate chop way. Even though I am terrified of this virus, I'm open to the possibility that I could be surprisingly fearless. Even though that's probably not smart, and I really need to be afraid of this thing, I'm open to the possibility that maybe I don't have to be so afraid. Maybe I could be wise. Maybe not. But either way, I love and accept myself just the way I am. So even though I am terrified of getting sick, even dying, I'm open to the possibility that I could move through life fearlessly, wisely, and courageously. And if not, I love myself anyway. Now tap with me through the points. I'm really afraid of this thing. It's got me completely tied up in knots. I mean, it could be anywhere. I don't know if it's a projection. I can't tell what's real and what isn't. I'm open to the possibility that maybe I can tell. I've just been assuming that I can't know. I'm assuming I don't have any intuition. Maybe I do. Maybe it is possible for me to be wise, fearless, and safe, really safe, all at the same time. To actually feel safe and know when to be cautious and know when it's okay. Probably not possible. Nah, I gotta stay scared. That's really stupid. I can't take the risk. I gotta stay alert. Not feel safe. Always be vigilant. But what if it is possible? Maybe it isn't. But if it is possible, I want that. I want to feel safe and really be safe. Maybe that actually is possible. If it isn't, I totally accept it. If this is the way I have to be in order to be safe, I totally accept it. But if it's possible to be safe, peaceful, and calm, I want that. Stop, take a deep breath. All right, check in again. How safe do you feel? How possible does it feel to actually be safe, feel safe, and be cautious and wise at the same time? You know, the nervous system, especially when you're young, gets very extreme. So it always takes an extreme position. But as we get older and get more nuanced, it's possible to open our nervous system up to more nuanced solutions. Not quite so locked down, but still wise. And notice, once again, I didn't try to force anything. This isn't self-help. This is inner reconciliation. You're not forcing anything to happen. You're working with the energy as it is, and you're kind of coaxing it, gently coaxing it into a different way of seeing things. And this last round, we're going to do that some more. We're going to open up the nervous system even more and give it permission to do what it does better than anything, and that is adapt to an environment. So, even though I'm really terrified of these little critters, they could get me at any time, I'm beginning to feel it's possible that I can be safe and calm at the same time. Even if it isn't possible, I know my nervous system can take care of me. And I'll just have to do what needs to be done and love and accept myself just the way I am. So even though I have been really afraid of these things, and it's really contracted my life, and I'd really like to have my life open up a bit, I'm open to the possibility that maybe that's not possible, but also that it might be possible, that I can tell the difference. Let's capture the points. Yeah, I've got to be concerned about this. I've got to take precautions. But maybe it really is possible to be calm, to be peaceful, and to be safe, even while this pandemic is going on, even when it's flu season or some other critter arises, I'd really like to know if it's possible. I mean, my nervous system is really good at shutting me down. It can restrict my behavior. It can really paint me into a corner to keep me safe. So I know it can take care of me. So I'm going to invite my nervous system to open up just a little bit, to see if maybe it is possible. Maybe I can know when it's safe and know when it's not, with confidence and courage. I'm directing my nervous system now to open up, to not do anything foolish, but to open up and see. Maybe there's more safety available to me than I thought. Then I can really know when I'm safe and feel safe, and know when I'm not safe and take the proper action. I know my nervous system can do this. It's the most brilliant thing ever created. It's been taking care of me 24/7. I want it to keep taking care of me. I just want it to do it a little differently. Not so extreme. Thank you for taking care of me all these years. You have been so loyal. You've managed to make me make it to adulthood. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you. All right, take another deep breath. Just let that energy move for a while. Some stuff might have come up. You may feel more relaxed now. Some parts may actually feel agitated. Just relax into what I call the yoga of allowing it. Just let the effect of, we're touching acupuncture points, which have an effect of shifting the flow of energy back into its natural channels. And so that can feel, stuff can happen. You can get hot, you can get cold, you can shiver, you can laugh, you can yawn, you can cry. All sorts of emotional stuff can happen, or it can be very, very subtle. But I assure you, something is happening. So just relax into it, drink a bit of water. Don't go running on immediately to the next thing you have to do if you can't. Just sit 5 or 10 minutes and really let your attention focus inside and give permission to your nervous system to do whatever it needs to do to adjust. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, tap on. Namaste.